Good day and welcome to Transport Fever. I'm your host shenryyr, and today we're looking at this wonderful new game about transportation business. It's similar to Transport Tycoon Deluxe, similar to Railroad Tycoon 3. It's in the same vein as a lot of transport games, and it's new, so I'm playing it. One gripe I have that I should get off my chest before it becomes a big issue, because it will come up again in the future, is the game does not have a borderless window mode. In the settings, you have windowed, which is what I'm using, and then you have all these other settings, and every single one of these is full screen. There is no borderless window mode, which means I can't record this in 1080p. I can record it in 1920 by 1054, and then I'm going to resize it to 1080 for uploading to YouTube. Anyway, I've said my piece. Let's get in, let's play some games. I've played a tiny bit of the campaign, just a little bit, and I did not finish the tutorial. So I am a little bit underprepared, so be aware of that.
The land of opportunity. Demonstrate your talent and rise to become the most powerful transport company in the most powerful country in the world.
We're going to start off with the USA campaign. Now, it says we're on mission 2, but I'm going to roll that back to mission 1. Can I do that with just a profile change? I don't see a profile. Oh, I can change it down here. Build them. Oh, those are all my achievements. No. We'll just try to make anyway here. Wild West. There we go.
The future lies in the West. We will bring progress to this barren swath of land full of simple-minded country bumpkins and savage natives.
Country
Transporting
bumpkins.
the required goods is painstaking and expensive. A railroad from east to west, now that would be a real gold mine. But the competition never sleeps. The Central Pacific Railroad has already started construction on a line from the Pacific. Let's beat them to it and open up the Wild West.
Okay. So on my first playthrough of this campaign, or this mission, you can see that I failed to get 4 of these little medals. Happy Investors, Beat the Competition, Tool Factory, and Hidden Treasure. I did know about Hidden Treasure, but I didn't know about it until too late. Basically, it's not on a timer exactly. It's a little secret that if you do something, then it prevents you from getting this in the mission. And I did that little something, so I was prevented from getting it. Anyway, let's start. Yeah, Country Bumpkins. It does take a long time for the game to load these missions, so be aware that these load times, well, they're not terrible, but they do take a little while. And I do have the graphics settings on max, because the game runs fine on max settings, at least on my PC. However, for train signals, there's 2 different kinds of train signals. The pathing signal, which is the one you use the most, is invisible. For some reason, it's invisible. And I don't know why, but so be it. You know, we can do with invisible train signals, I guess. Well, maybe they can become visible when they change, because early on they have semaphores, right? Yeah. Here we go.
Welcome to the Wild West. It is the year 1864, and we find ourselves in the tranquil settlement of Cheyenne, somewhere in the middle of nowhere. The tracks from the east end here. Our job, to construct a railroad line to the west. The first transcontinental railroad in the whole of America. The investors have given us a rather modest sum of money, but that'll have to do if we don't want to scare them off. If the competition carries on working at the current pace, they're expected to reach the goal before us. Let's spare ourselves this disgrace and get started.
Okay. If you're not sure what to do, play the tutorial. Yeah, I tried the tutorial, but I gave up on it. I just wanted to play the game. So this red line here shows you which part of the map you cannot access yet. Everything inside this box we can use right now, and everything outside this area, bordered by the red line, we cannot access. So we can't run any lines to Laramie, Rawlins, or any of this other stuff just yet. So the first thing they want us to do is hook up some food at the farm, I believe.
If we want to beat the competition to the goal, we'll need more workers, and workers need feeding. Once the men are half full, this business with food could generate some extra income for us.
All right, build truck stations at the Cheyenne farm and the Cheyenne grain storage. This is the Cheyenne farm. Yeah, and this is the Cheyenne grain storage. So we have to haul the food from one place to the other. You can see the farm currently has a limit of 50 production. It's only producing 6 right now because no one's picking it up. It's not going to produce very much product if no one's hauling their goods. But as soon as we start hauling the food, then they'll start producing more. And the grain storage can only fit 50. And it says down here, no upgrades or downgrades scheduled. That means that they're not going to stop production of any of the food, and they're not going to increase production of the food because there's no need to do either. Same thing at the grain storage. So the first thing we want us to do is build truck stations. Let's do that. Let's build truck stations. So that's down here under land transport. And we want the industrial stations, which is this one. And there's a small one and there's a big one. Let's see, this one has 2 cargo terminals. This one has 4. I think we're okay with just 2 cargo terminals. Spin it around with the M and N keys. There we go. Plug that down. Let's put a second one over here, and we should be able to start hauling pretty soon. All right, then we need a depot, which is this button. There we go, road depot. Put it right in the middle. There we go. Now that we have a depot, we can click on the depot to build some horse-drawn carts, or to buy them anyway. Now, at the beginning of the game, there's only 2 different ones you can use. You can use carriages, which haul passengers, or you can use the horse wagon, which hauls anything that's not a passenger. And that encompasses food. Let's do that. We'll buy, let's say 4 of them to start with. Okay, and we'll say you're gonna haul, looking for food, grain, there we go. Now you don't have to specify what they're hauling. As long as they're on the pathway from one product to another product, they will haul whatever is available to haul from that start to that destination. All right, anyway, road vehicle 1, put you on a new line, and the line's going to start here and finish here. Done and done. And he's immediately just going to go start hauling stuff. There he goes. All right, we're not going to call this line 1, though. This is going to be... what city is this? Cheyenne. Cheyenne grain line. I guess it's not a line, is it? Line implies railroad. So Cheyenne grain carts. There you go. And we'll set all of these guys with this button to the Cheyenne grain cart lines. There you go. And I would like them to only haul the grain if they're full. And we can change that by selecting the line. So click on the Cheyenne grain carts and say here at Cheyenne North, I want them to load full before they leave. And let's rename this little depot here, whatever it's called. Cheyenne North, we'll call it Cheyenne Farm. Grain Farm. And this will be the Cheyenne Grain Storage. You got it. And you can rename pretty much everything. All right, so the carriage has arrived, and he's waiting for grain. He's got 1 so far, and more will show up. But he's not going to leave until that first batch of grain is done. And all 4 carts will wait here. He's got 2, so he's half full. Now, we don't have to sit around and wait. We can just fast forward the game if we wish. So let's do that. All right, the first one has loaded. Oh, is he waiting? Is he stuck there? Interesting. The pathing is just whatever. They'll figure it out. So the one that's full, you can see he's at 4 out of 4. He's stuck behind the other one, which is weird, right? What should have happened is the first cart to pull in should have pulled all the way around to this position and should have loaded from there. That way, they're ready to leave. They can never get stuck. But instead, he's just sitting here with 4 grain. He's not able to move. He has to wait for the other 3s to go. Whatever. As long as they figure it out, it's all good. Now you can see that they're loading up pretty quickly here. Yeah, so we're going to need some more carts. This is not enough carts. Yeah, they're all on the road now. So let's get 3 more. Let's get 2 more. Put them on the same line. Make sure they're hauling only grain. Oh, shoot, I forgot to do that. You can set what they're hauling when they're in the depot, but you can't set it like you can say, hey, I only want you to haul this.
Let construction begin. In order not to fritter away our meager starting capital already on the first leg of the journey, it'd be sensible to choose a route that avoids costly blasting operations to build tunnels.
Okay, so what are they saying? The first leg of the route, Wild West mission window. Okay, so they've unlocked this, that red box. That red box is gone. So now we have access to Laramie, and it says to build a rail line from Cheyenne to Laramie. A valley connects Cheyenne to Laramie near the farm. That's a good way to lay tracks inexpensively. So we could, if we wished, go right over that hill. But why would you, right? If we go down here, we can check terrains. Look at this. This terrain is just nuts. We don't want to go through that elevation. So there is a valley we can go through, and there's already a road there's already a road going through this valley. And I'll tell you what, we could build our railroad tracks anywhere we want through this valley, but it's actually much better to build it right alongside the road, because building alongside an existing construction will save you on construction costs. And we don't have that much money to start with, so saving on construction costs is pretty important to me. Now, if we click on our little train station here, this is our starting train station, you can see what it covers. So it doesn't cover the whole city of Cheyenne. And we do want it to cover the entire city of Cheyenne. So I think what I'm going to do is set up some carriages in the city of Cheyenne to bring people to the train station, so that we'll be able to gather more people from the city of Cheyenne. Well, can we do that? Yeah, I think we can do that. Let's see, passengers. Yeah, there we go. It's got a little tram stop, little bus stop. Put one right there. Put one right here. And right here. And then right at the train station. Okay. And now we'll go to our little road depot here. We'll say, hey, buy road vehicles and buy some of these horse carriages. Let's get, let's say 4. And we'll make a new line for them. And they're going to start here, go here, here, and then to the train station. And that's it. That's their whole line. And they do not need to be waiting for a full load. I only want them to just keep moving. You guys can all go to line 1. Oh, I should probably rename it instead of just line 1. Line 1's kind of a boring name, huh? There we go. Let's fix that. Line 1. No, this is Cheyenne. The Cheyenne Shuttle Service. Okay. Now we need to actually run our rail. So let's pick our rail line here. And you can't just click. You have to click and hold down the button if you actually want it to draw the rail. We're just going to draw a straight line for the most part until we get to this valley, and then we're going to go right next to that nice dirt road. Okay. I'd like to come up right here, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. And we'll follow the dirt road all the way to Laramie. There we go. Looking good. Now, if we had drawn our own path through this valley, it probably would have cost maybe twice as much money, because we'd have to move a lot of land around, a lot of dirt. But since we're building right next to the road, it saves on cost considerably, actually. So let's go, let's bring it out to the left. Wait, we have to figure out where we want our station in Laramie to be. Let's hold off on this rail here. Where do we want the station in Laramie to be? And we could put it anywhere, really. We're probably gonna do the same type of shuttle service, huh? Yeah, let's put it over here somewhere. So station, we want a train station like this, and we'll have to run a road to come link up this train station. That's fine, let's do this. And we'll put a road right there. Yeah, okay. Oh, it has to connect to that particular spot. Interesting. All right, hold on. Let's run it from the rail line then. Okay, there we go. Don't destroy any houses, please. There we go. And the city will build up around that. That's fine. All right, now I want to connect up to that line over there. And we're going to have to decide what kind of bridge we want. And it gives you a bunch of choices here, but I believe some of them are locked based on the date. So the choices will become available the later we get in the game. So let's see, terrain alignment collision. That's not going to work. Terrain alignment collision. Oh, I think it's because we have the road next to us here. We should be all right, though. I think we can do this. Yeah, like that. Perfect. There we go. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so 432,000. We have to decide what kind of bridge we want. So this one, you can see, limits our speed to 60 kilometers an hour along the bridge. And we could change it over to... It's a causeway. That's not going to work. We could change it to 90 kilometers an hour. Or 120 kilometers an hour. But the difference in cost is significant, right? Oh, it's not that much different, really. Fuck it, let's just go for the expensive one then.
Wonderful. This one leg completed already. However, we're already encountering our first difficulties. It was very good of the government to place this land at our disposal free of charge. If it weren't for those damned Indians.
Those
They
damned
pitched
Indians.
their tents right in the middle of our planned route. Our scouts seem to think they're rather displeased with the white man and his iron horse, and that's us.
Yeah, so see this red box? It means we can't go through here. So we can't run any lines through here because there's an Indian problem. Huh. All right, well, let's talk to the Indians here. Next step is build a passenger line between Rawlins and Laramie. Let's talk to the Indians first. What up?
Those damned Indians. They're sabotaging our work and are said to have physically attacked some of our men. We need to do something. We have various options. Either we buy them a piece of land of equivalent value, which could get pretty costly, or we could settle it the old-fashioned way, which would probably cost us our good reputation in certain circles. Or else we could try to bribe them with firewater, although its consumption is known to make one rather aggressive.
All right, so we have three options here. We could oust them with violence, just go kill them. We could give them a land of equivalent value, which I think just lets them move away peacefully. And then we could have them drink some firewater, which costs half as much, but I think it'll still get rid of them. I'm actually just going to exchange the land here. And now we can just run a rail right through. Perfect. So first things first, let's get a little road depot here. And let's run a little service over to the train station, of course. There we go, that should work. All right, set up a route. I would like you to go on a new line starting here, 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 and here. And that's it. And it's not line one. This is is this Laramie? Yeah, this is Laramie. Laramie shuttle service. Okay. And set all these guys to that line. And now we can run a passenger route all the way from Cheyenne to Laramie. And we should get a small amount of passengers on it. So let's go with a small train. I'm just going to use the cheapest one here. We do have two engines to choose from. We have the Baldwin and we have the American. The difference in cost is significant. So 300K versus 170K. 28K per year versus 52K per year. Expected life expectancy, both 30 years on each. Yeah, we're just going to go with the cheaper one for now. And we're going to give it one passenger car, and that's it. And let's run that sucker. Oh, we should paint it first, huh? Oh, we could paint it once it's on the road. It's not a problem. New line, baby. There we go. So this is not line 1. This is going... Oh, it's already on. Look at that. It's already going. This is not line 1. This is going to be the Cheyenne, Laramie connection. Oh, it doesn't fit. The Cheyenne, Laramie line. That'll work. Oh, look at that beautiful little train. Now, it's not going to have any passengers on the first trip. The first trip is always just letting everyone know that, hey, we've set up a train service. We don't get any passengers until the second trip. Let's change the color here. Not that. I want to change the color of the train. Oh, I can only do that in the depot? Hold on. How do I change the color of the engine? Details? Ah, here we go. Details. All right, color. Oh, look at that. We have bright green on there now. Nice. Look at that. Gorgeous. And this train's top speed is pretty low. It's only 40 kilometers an hour. So it's not making use of these rail lines. Those rail lines allow for 120 kilometers an hour, but that's okay. As long as he's a happy little train, I'm happy too. Oh, look at that. We have some... Nope, no passengers. Not until the next trip. That's okay. All right, now that should get the shuttle service. That should get the shuttle service doing some business. People should be getting shuttled around, right? Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, no one's using the shuttle service, but I think it'll pick up. I think it'll pick up as people want to use the train to get to the... Oh, there we go. So now that they've seen the train, they're like, hey, I want to go to Laramie. And that's what they're doing. They're sitting here. They're waiting for the train to Laramie. Perfect. Perfect. Now, the next step is to connect to Rawlins. So let us get a train station set up here in Rawlins. Probably do the similar thing. We'll put it over here on the side. I'll run a little connecting route. I guess I can put it right here. That's fine. Yeah, I guess that works. Okay. And let's run our line. Pretty cheap line so far.
The problem with the Indians has been settled, but we've already encountered our next challenge. Before us lie miles and miles of nothing but bone-dry steppe. We'll need to make sure we don't run out of water. However, there should be iron ore deposits that we can exploit to earn a bit of extra money and to produce tools.
Oh yes, iron ore. Okay. So now we get to actually look at industry. The game is suggesting that we build the passenger line onto the next city from Rawlins over to Evanston, way out in the distance. And it wants us to follow the path of these little green, what are they called? I guess they're wells. Supposedly they're wells. There's a series of these out in the desert, and you just follow the path with your rail line, and that gets you one of the medals for this mission. That's the only medal I got the first time I played this mission. But that's going to have to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching, everyone. I've been Cheyenne. You come back next time. We'll connect up Rawlins with a little bit of passenger service, and we'll do as the game is suggesting. We'll haul some of this iron ore over here from this Rawlins iron ore mine down here to the Laramie Tools Factory. And then we can take those tools and bring them to each of the cities as well for a small bit of money. All right, let's pause there, and I'll see you all next time. Have a good day. 11 passengers, not bad. We might have to add a second passenger car to this train, maybe.